with potential plans and more. This is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Touching on her dream role in a movie, WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton told WWE Deutschland, "I would love to be part of the Marvel franchise and have my own superhero called Buff Barbie, because I feel like I've been kind of calling myself that since before wrestling, and I feel like there's a lot of different things you can do with it, you know? A badass, blonde, buff girl that looks like a Barbie doll, kicking ass and taking names. I think that's such a cool concept for a Marvel movie." Following his X Division title loss at TNA SLAMMIVERSARY, Moose made this announcement on Instagram. "I've accomplished almost everything here at TNA Wrestling. Leon Slater, I have the ultimate respect for you, and the X Division is now in your hands. Show them hell. For me, it's time to take a step back, get healthy, and see what's next. I'll be back soon." On WWE's YouTube channel, Roman Reigns recalled Paul Heyman turning on him at WrestleMania 41 and siding with Seth Rollins. "Well, before he betrayed me, I learned many wise things from the wise man, but that's not who he is anymore. And one of the first things, something he always came back to, you can go back and check, we operate on the tribal chief's time. They got a lot of serious problems going on. I mean, the man that Paul Heyman, my former wise man, chose to ride with, Seth Rollins, doesn't look good, man. I don't really want to speak on that because I believe in karma, so I want to see how that plays out. Obviously, we haven't been on good terms for a long time. I don't wish injury on anybody because I'd rather him be here so I can whoop his ass myself. I prefer a healthy little so I can smack him up. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the landscape is. I'm always looking for the key to the kingdom. I'm old in army, the way I look at it. So I'm still the tribal chief. I'm still fit to lead. Believe that." Reviewing Adam Cole's promo at AEW All In Texas, where he revealed he was suffering from health issues and could potentially be done wrestling, Jim Cornette noted on his drive-through podcast, he was choked up from the start. He said due to health issues, he was going to relinquish the TNT Championship, and he was going to be gone for a while, and he started crying. This is, in no way, I don't think he's a good enough actor to make any kind of an angle out of just a temporary situation. It has to be serious, or he wouldn't have been able to be that choked up. Since he's been back, he's getting smaller, he's getting frailer. I'm thinking that maybe he's been doing it when he shouldn't have been doing it. I'm more worried about him than his bad booking in AEW. I feel so bad for him. I like that kid, but don't kill yourself, literally. You know what they said in the WWE? Vince McMahon wanted to make him a manager for Keith Lee. They do a lot of stringent medical testing. It just occurred to me, did they maybe see something? Think about this, Adam Cole, as well spoken as he is, bring him onto the announce team, or Adam Cole, make him a match producer. A guy like Adam Cole is valuable because he's dedicated, but don't let him in the ring for a while. Asked what she has been doing after not being re-signed by WWE, Isla Dawn told Daily Star, "It's been nice. I went home because obviously living in America for the last now almost 3 years, I barely got home. I'd be back in Scotland for 5 days and then I'd have to be back in the US again. I missed so much of family time, birthdays, Christmas, just so much. And my family is so important to me. I went home for like a month and just stayed at my mom's house, and it was the best. I loved it, getting to see my nephews every day, hanging out with my sisters, seeing old friends. I just really took time to relax and not feel like I'm constantly on the go and running around. It was more like, what do I want to do? What's important to me? And honestly, family is massively important. They're my everything, without a doubt." Responding to a rumor that she dated fellow wrestler James Drake, ISLA said this in that same interview. "I don't think I get many rumors. I don't think I'm that. There's one rumor that I date James Drake, which I really want to make clear that we have never. The internet thinks that, and I'm like, no, I don't. He's my best friend. That's probably the only one that I'll see sometimes, and I'm like, no. I don't think I'm interesting enough for the whole rumor scandal thing." Explaining why the Dudleys are facing the Hardys in TNA and not WWE, Bully Ray noted on Busted Open Radio, "It's actually kind of perfect that our last match, me and Devon's last match, happens in a TNA ring. And when I say last match, I don't know if it's the final one, but I mean Dudleys versus Hardys. That match will never happen in a WWE ring, that's for sure. The Hardys and the Dudleys did face off in TNA a couple of times, and me and Devon spent a big part of our careers there, so why not? If you're not going to get it in WWE, I'd love to give it to the fans in TNA, and that's exactly what they're going to get at Bound for Glory." Also on Busted Open Radio, Bully Ray mentioned why Devon Dudley was absent from TNA Slammiversary. "Devon will be at Bound for Glory, trust me. I wish my brother was by my side last night, but he had a very important family matter that he just couldn't get out of. We talked, and we both felt that last night was just too important to miss, like catching lightning in a bottle. We wanted to make a big surprise happen, and Devon will definitely be there at Bound for Glory in Boston." Elena Black, known to WWE fans as Cora Jade, has revealed she is stepping away from pro wrestling for this year. "I originally had a 10-minute long video explaining where my head's at, and maybe eventually I'll post it, but seems unnecessary for now. I'll keep it short, but I am going to be taking a break from wrestling for the foreseeable future. It's no longer good for my mental health, and I'll never know if that love for it I once had will return if I don't step away. I'm gonna take the rest of the year to take care of me and go from there. I apologize to the fans and promoters who were looking forward to and booked my upcoming appearances. I hope you can understand. To my supporters, thank you." Last month, she talked about dealing with criticism after not being re-signed with WWE, telling Chris Van Vliet, "I feel like my work is one thing, because everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I grew up a wrestling fan. There were people I didn't like, and I didn't know them as a person. I feel like you're entitled to your opinion about my work. If you don't like me as a wrestler, as a character, that's fine. When you come for me as a person and you start saying things that aren't true, like the injury-prone thing when you had no idea that I literally almost died, that's where it's like F you, because you want to say all of these things and expect me to be quiet because you don't view me as a person." Talking about the Seth Rollins injury angle at Saturday night's main event and how things could culminate during the world title match between Gunther and CM Punk at SummerSlam, Dave Meltzer said this on Wrestling Observer Radio. "The reason they did everything? Okay, again, this is interesting because the plan was always to do the injury to Seth Rollins at Saturday night's main event. You think he's hurt badly, he's gone, and then he surprises everyone, cashes in on the Gunther Punk winner, which is probably Punk, right? That's the one he's always screwing with. Then he ends up the champion. So Punk gets the title and then loses it in seconds. I figured that's how it's going down. I can't imagine him not winding up with the championship and then telling everyone it was a ruse and he worked everybody. And actually, I thought that was quite brilliant, but it's out now. So do you go with it or change it? There's no right or wrong. What I do know is that midweek, when I was writing The Observer, it was very much said to me that the plans haven't changed." Previously, Goldberg said this regarding his retirement speech not making it on the air during Saturday night's main event, telling Ariel Helwani, "Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I was too thrilled about part of that, but not, well, I mean, the Saturday night's main event and live TV in Atlanta. I mean, you always have your dreams of how you're going to do things, and ultimately to have a little bit more control over the time and the space would have been much more preferred. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, absolutely. They cut me off for freaking 20 seconds with the microphone in my hand. For God's sakes, I got 2 weeks before I can really, spill the beans and, make my feelings kind of known about the entire rundown from the inception of the idea to its delivery. It was a little less than to be desired. Now, Sean Ross Sapp said this on Fightful Select's Backstage Report podcast. I was told that someone within the company apologized to Goldberg for the interview getting cut off as quick as it did, but those that I spoke with were adamant that it was not intentional. It wasn't an intentional disrespecting for Goldberg to have his speech cut off. They said they just weren't surprised by his reaction, and they think that whenever the nature of his WWE deal is up, he's probably going to talk about it a lot more. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.